Good Lord. UFC 320 was incredible. It's your boy KZ. I'm going to go ahead and recap the entire fight card here, starting from the top, because that's what everybody wants to hear about. Ankalaev versus Pereira 2. Oh my God. Alex Pereira comes back and restores the entertainment to the UFC. He storms Magomed Ankalaev at the very beginning of the bell, just shoots out like a bat out of hell straight towards Ankalaev. He says, "Chum, I'm not." He wasn't fucking around. He was not fucking around this fight. He was tired of all the shit talk that Ankalaev's team, Ali Abdelaziz, Ankalaev's coaches were doing. Because I don't even know if Ankalaev said any of that, because it might have just been everybody else around him. But good Lord, Ankalaev had to be the guy to pay the price for it. Man. Alex Pereira comes out, immediately throwing big shots, pressuring Ankalaev, pushing him back towards the cage. Ankalaev immediately looks uncomfortable. He looks like, holy shit, this is not the same guy that I fought the first time. He's actually trying to fuck me up now. And he's aggressive. He's coming. He's a big Brazilian man, and he's coming. All right? I'm coming. We're going to get to Jiri Prochazka in a minute, but good Lord, that was an incredible fight. Alex Pereira, I couldn't sleep after that. I was full of adrenaline. I had to do a live stream and just talk until I freaking got tired. But yeah, eventually Pereira lands enough calf kicks, forces Ankalaev to switch to orthodox, and then he lands that big right hand over the top. Ankalaev did not like how that felt, immediately shoots a takedown, gets stuffed, gets pushed down to the ground. Pereira landing big ground and pound, starts landing those nasty 12-6 elbows, goes to the body, goes to the head. Herb Dean gave Magomed Ankalaev every opportunity to recover, and Pereira said, no, you're not going to recover. I'm going to get you out of here, buddy. And 82 seconds into the fight, Pereira restores entertainment to the UFC. No more cardboard box personality. Ankalaev is champion. The Dagestani nobody cares about. Like Dean Thomas said, go ahead and trade this dude for Dakota Ditcheva with the PFL, because that's all this dude's good for at this point. We're going to see Alex Pereira fight Carlos Olberg, and I feel like that's going to be a sick fight. I would love to see him fight Jiri. I'm a big fan of Jiri, but it's just hard. It's a hard sell after he's already 2-0 over Jiri Prochazka. But that was an incredible performance from Alex Pereira. I got my pick wrong. I picked Magomed Ankalaev, but I could not be happier to have gotten my pick wrong. Sweet God. And especially the way Pereira did it. He just went out there with a complete disregard for Magomed Ankalaev's skills. He just didn't give a fuck about anything that Ankalaev had to offer, like, in return. And he said, listen, I'm going to get you out of here, or you're going to catch me, but I'm going to get you out of here. That was incredible. But yeah, let me know what you think about the comments about Alex Pereira, because good Lord, that was fucking a miraculous performance. He was a 2-1 underdog, and I'm sure he made a lot of people a lot of money last night. I wish I was one of them. Unfortunately, I was not. And then we had Merab Dvalishvili beating Cory Sandhagen by decision. Merab is a very entertaining wrestler. You know, for the most part, I mean, he does control a lot of position to win these fights, but it's not just like stalling for the sake of stalling. He holds you up against the fence. He beats you up. He gets you tired. He is constantly trying to advance position. He's constantly trying to put damage on his opponents with the ground and pound. He damn near knocked out Cory Sandhagen in round 2, landing big shots on him against, against the cage, or just not really against the cage. It was out in space. But, Cory was probably anticipating the takedown. Merab just came with the big boxing combos up top, rocked Cory bad. Another referee might have stopped that fight, man, because Cory was taking a lot of shots in round 2. In round 1, Cory was looking good. I know I'm jumping all over the place, but, you know what it is. Your boy's excited, But Cory looked good in round 1, got rocked bad in round 2, kind of fought his way back into the fight in round 3. But Merab was dominating for the most part, but Cory did have a good showing. He did a lot better than O'Malley did, for sure. And I think that Cory Sandhagen definitely smokes O'Malley in a fight. He can wrestle significantly better than O'Malley can. And, Merab won the fight, absolutely. But Cory did give a good account of himself in the cage there. But yeah, man, that was incredible. Merab Dvalishvili is the bantamweight GOAT 100%, like, without question. His resume is just incredible, dude. Like, the amount of champions that he's beaten, Piotr Jan. Okay, starting off with the stinky poopy Jose Aldo fight. I hated that fight. That kind of made me a Merab hater at the time. I was like, bro, he's literally just holding him against the fence, doing no damage. This is not fighting. Then he kind of wins us back with the Piotr Jan fight. I have like cat hair on my face. With the Piotr Jan fight, he took Piotr Jan down like 7,000 times. Had Piotr Jan flinching after the fight was over. When he went to go shake his team's hand, Piotr Jan was like, oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, he's not going to take me down now. But yeah, and then he goes, ragdolls Henry Cejudo, picks him up like a little boy up on his shoulder. Incredible. Another former champion that he dominated. He goes out there, UFC Noche, dominates Sean O'Malley, beats Umar Nurmagomedov. All the, Dagestani fanboys like to say, Umar broke his hand. Umar, in the next fight, he will beat Merab for sure. Yeah, okay, get the fuck out of my face. And then he goes out, beats Sean O'Malley again, even better the second time, chokes him out. And now he beats Cory Sandhagen, longtime top 5 contender of the bantamweight division. Merab's resume is just incredible, man. What this dude has been doing in the bantamweight division is just greatness, And in this post-fight interview, the guy wasn't even breathing heavy. What in the hell? Like 25 minutes of pushing the pace, of just coming forward nonstop. Granted, Cory Sandhagen did look pretty good after that fight as well. He wasn't just completely dead. He got fucked up, but he was hanging with Merab every step of the way, which you got to give Cory credit for that. It was not an easy fight for Merab. Cory was there. He was hanging with him. He kind of hurt him at the end of round 5. But yeah, man, Merab Dvalishvili is a special fighter, a special athlete, unreal, inhuman cardio, just fucking absurd. But yeah, speaking of fucking absurd, Jiri Prochazka versus Khalil Rountree. My God. Rounds 1 and 2 were pretty damn frustrating to watch as someone that picked Jiri Prochazka and was rooting for Jiri Prochazka. Nothing against Khalil, but Jiri Prochazka is my guy. Bro, I was thinking that he was just going to lose a decision, really, because Khalil was looking great in rounds 1 and 2, but Jiri just kept that pressure on. He was landing those shots to the body. He was just staying in Khalil's face, eating every single fucking punch that he had to offer, every strike that he had to offer. And I'm sure at the end of the second round, Khalil was like, what in the fuck do I have to hit this guy with to get him out of here? And man, the samurai spirit came through for Jiri Prochazka. And that third round was the round of the year. That was incredible. Jiri just kept pressuring forward. He was he was not going to be denied in that fight, man. Khalil would land an elbow in the clinch. Jiri would come back and land his own elbow in the clinch. He would land shots to the body. He was coming forward nonstop, putting big shots on Khalil, just fucking wilting Khalil. It's very similar to Alex Pereira versus Khalil in round 4. Jiri was just getting out of the way, or he was just eating the shots, and he was just returning fire against Khalil. Incredible fight. That was just that's fights like that are the reason why we love this sport. The reason why we love MMA, the reason why we love UFC is because of people like Jiri Prochazka, people like Alex Pereira, just real fucking fighters that go out there and just lay it all on the line for our entertainment. True fucking modern day warriors and gladiators, man. Jiri Prochazka, this guy, this fucking guy, bro. He's one of my favorite fighters by far, for sure. Like, he's up there with Volk, Tom Aspinall, Alex Pereira. Come on. Jiri Prochazka. How are you not a fan of Jiri Prochazka? Yeah, I mean, if you like defense, maybe, like, you're like, okay, this fucking guy just eats punches. But I mean, offensively, there's no one else like him, man. His style is so unorthodox, and just like, you're never going to see anybody fight like that apart from Jiri Prochazka. He's the only person that fights like that, and I guess for good reason, because other people would fight like that and get knocked out, but he makes it work. He's an absolute monster, and he put Khalil out with a nasty-ass 1-2 left hook again when Khalil's all up against the cage, tired, wilted, hurt, damaged, and then he puts him out bad. Khalil Rountree's on the ground like Yamcha after he got blown up by the Cybermen. Just brutal stuff from Jiri Prochazka. Landed a spinning elbow in there before the finishing sequence as well. This guy is a fucking monster, and I love watching Jiri Prochazka fight. Moving on down the card, Youssef Zalal taps out Josh Emmett, and Josh Emmett does not even throw a strike. There's not a recorded strike for Josh Emmett. Youssef Zalal attacks with the grappling, ends up getting an armbar 1 minute and 38 seconds into the first round. this damn cat hair all over my face, dude. Jesus. But yeah, man. He made Josh Emmett tap out verbally. At the moment I was watching, I was like, what the fuck? Josh Emmett didn't even tap, but apparently he screamed out, he couldn't tap because Yusuf Zalal just had his arms trapped. And, I was not expecting Yusuf Zalal to have a dominant win like that. I was expecting him to just run away and outpoint him to a decision, but nope, he's like, check out this jiu-jitsu, buddy. And he damn near snapped Josh Emmett's arm off, which I was not expecting, man. Josh Emmett is an absolute tank. I wasn't expecting Yusuf Zalal to have that kind of success in the grappling, but he showed that he is a very special grappler and, something to be on the lookout for at featherweight. So I'd like to see who I'm not too sure who Yusuf Zalal could fight next at this point. Maybe him versus Aljamain Sterling, but I think they're training partners, so maybe not. Brian Ortega, he's probably going to move up. I don't know. We'll see who Yusuf Zalal is going to fight next. Maybe an Aaron Pico. I don't know. But yeah, man, I mean, it's just incredible stuff from the top 4 fights of the card. We're going to keep going. Joe Pyfer taking out Abus Magomedov. Joe Pyfer was looking pretty damn sketchy in round 1, man. He went for the grappling, and he just ended up getting reversed and just dominated in round 1 in the grappling. He was getting fucked up. He had Abus had a scissor choke with his legs on Joe Pyfer's neck. Joe Pyfer was turning red. He was like, yo, I turned off the body cam for this. And, Abus was looking good round 1, but like we know, Abus does not have great cardio. He ended up gassing out. Joe Pyfer comes forward in the second round, lands big shots on him, big right hand over the top. Abus kind of is backing away. Pyfer lands another big right hand over the top. He drops Abus. He's working from top position. He's going for an arm triangle. Abus is kind of he was able to fight out of it. Pyfer just keeps on applying the grappling pressure, and he ends up choking out Abus. A minute and 46 seconds into round 2 with the rear naked choke. I'm sure a lot of people that were betting on Pyfer by KO are very pissed off about that, but it is what it is, man. You just gotta sometimes bet that double chance. Pyfer by finish, Pyfer inside the distance. But yeah, Joe Pyfer looked good. He showed that he's a well-rounded fighter. He showed that he's not just a guy with knockout power, and he can grapple his ass off as well. Speaking of knockout power, Ateba Gautier, I can't believe that this guy's only 23 years old, bro. He's built like fucking African He-Man. He looks like an anime character. Tristan Vines from the very opening bell was fucking terrified, and with good reason. I mean, I would be terrified too, bro, and I'm sure you would be as well. Because Ateba Gautier, he's just a middleweight Francis Ngannou, but with more technique. So this guy is just an absolute specimen. Just, bro. Like, guys like Ateba Gautier are why guns were invented. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to beat this dude in a fucking fight. You're probably not going to beat him if you have a sword. So, yeah, just insane stuff from Ateba Gautier. He was able to get Tristan Vines out of there relatively easy. He was going to get Ozzy Diaz out of there as well. Ozzy Diaz made a business decision to pull out of that fight. And, yeah, man, incredible stuff from Ateba Gautier. I'm looking forward to his next fight. I'm not sure who's going to want to fight this dude at all. He looked incredible. And we got Daniel Willycat Santos taking out Ju Sang Yu. All right, little interruption, but yeah, Daniel Willycat Santos, this freaking dickbag missed weight. He ends up getting the knockout over Ju Sang Yu. Ju Sang Yu was looking good in round 1. I would say overly confident, though. Like, come on, man. You got to get your hands up. He was backing out of the range with his hands down like a cool guy. Daniel Santos throws a big overhand over the top, ends up catching him, and puts him out just annoyingly, because I did pick you. I was confident in his skills, but that striking defense is just fucking abysmal, man. Like, you just can't back out of range with your hands down by your waist. Like, you have to have your fucking hands up. And he paid the price for it. He gets caught by the cheater, that didn't cut weight. He's this Willie Fat, never cuts any weight. He's always just trying to game the system. He moved up to 145, and he's still missing weight. Hopefully the UFC freaking gives this dude somebody that's going to knock him out, because, yeah, I was pissed off watching Willie Cat get the win. Most likely because, I was betting on you, but not you, but Ju Sang Yu. But yeah, fucking Daniel Santos knocks him out, pisses me off, but he looked good in that second round, I guess. I mean, because he got the knockout, but whatever. Ju Sang Yu, I'm looking forward to his next fight. Hopefully he fixes that striking defense and doesn't back out of range with his hands down like a dipshit. But yeah, man, it is what it is. And then we had Jakub Viklax versus Patchy Mix. Man, Patchy Mix completely shit the bed again for the second time. And yes, some people were saying, oh, it's a robbery. It's a controversial decision. Patchy Mix was supposed to just destroy this kid, and it wasn't supposed to be close. It wasn't supposed to be competitive. They brought this kid in from outside of the UFC. He's a grappler. He only has submissions, as we saw in the fight. He doesn't really have great striking, but he's athletic. He's a strong kid. And I mean, I'm calling him a kid, but he's older than me. But yeah, man, Patchy Mix. The mix is dog shit and like diarrhea. That's what the mix is. The mix is fucking overrated Bellator champion and vomit. That's what the mix is. Man, Patchy Mix. Who knows if the UFC is even going to keep this guy around anymore? Jakub Viklax was supposed to be a layup for him, regardless of whether or not you thought it was a robbery. It was too close of a fight, and Patchy Mix needed to make that a clearer win for himself. So yeah, Patchy Mix. Who knows what this guy's going to do? He probably overlooked Viklax again, like he overlooked Mario Bautista. This dude with his gigantic fucking ego. Just coming in here like, yeah, this cat has nothing for me, man. My name's freaking Patchy Mix, bro. And me and my freaking girlfriend are just going to come in here and hug everybody to a win. Yeah, no. So I would say Jakub Viklax arguably won round. Well, he definitely won round 1 for sure. And he arguably won round 3 because he was landing big shots from the bottom on Patchy Mix. Patchy Mix was just kind of holding the whole time. Patchy Mix landed like an elbow from top, and that's all I really remember. Jakub Viklax was attacking guillotines. He was attacking submissions. He was landing big elbows from the bottom. So you can win a fight off of your back, and Jakub Viklax did exactly that. It was a split decision, controversial, but Patchy Mix shouldn't have had it that close in the first place. So yeah, he ends up getting, I guess, robbed, if you want to say, but no. He needed to make that a dominant performance, and he did not. Patchy Mix is overrated as fuck, and I'm definitely never going to pick him again, no matter who he's fighting. Yeah, no. Patchy Mix, get the fuck out of here. All right, Edmen Shahbazyan versus Andre Muniz. Yep. As I suspected, Andre Muniz, if he can't get the takedown, he's going to get fucking destroyed, and that's exactly what happened. Edmen Shahbazyan lands a big punch to Andre Muniz as he's breaking apart from range after he stuffs a takedown. Muniz, like the jiu-jitsu guy grappler he is, he's like, oh, I can't grapple. I'm just going to get fucking destroyed and, cover up and live to fight another day, because that's how jiu-jitsu guys fight. But yeah, man, Edmen Shahbazyan looked good. He was not going to be denied out there. He was a big favorite, but he did exactly what he needed to do. He got the knockout. He looked impressive, and we'll see what's next for Edmen Shahbazyan. He looks like he has fixed that hole in his game with the grappling. I mean, granted, the guys that he's fighting aren't like super, super, super high caliber grapplers with Andre Petroski and Andre Muniz. But yeah, man. He's 2-0 against Andres. Give this guy another Andre to fight so he can win again. Edmen Shahbazyan versus Marc-Andre Barriault. Marc-Andre. So yeah, he's going to get that win over Marc-Andre Barriault. That's what I want to see next. And yeah, man, he looked impressive. Got Muniz out of there. Who knows if Muniz is even going to still be in the UFC after this? I'm pretty sure that was the 3rd loss in a row from him. No. Okay. 2nd loss in a row, but he did get a controversial loss or controversial decision over Jun Yun Park. A lot of people thought that was a robbery. Before that, he got destroyed by Paul Craig. So he's 1-3 in his last 4 fights. And who knows? Andre Muniz might be getting his walking papers at this point because he just goes out there, tries to get the takedown. If he doesn't get the takedown, he gets fucked up. So who wants to watch that? Not me. Moving on, Punahele Soriano versus Nikolai Veretinikov. This was very frustrating as someone that was high on Puna and thought that Veretinikov was shit. I still think that Veretinikov was shit, but I did think that Punahele Soriano was better than what we saw. I was expecting him to be able to get the knockout here. He ends up just wrestle fucking him to a decision. He was landing good ground and pound in the first round, but he just ends up gassing out in the 2nd and 3rd. And Veretinikov just can't wrestle at all. So Puna was able to get the takedowns and, just kind of land pray his way to a decision win. A very lackluster performance from Punahele Soriano. Pretty damn disappointed because I called Soriano KO my lock and did not come through. So yeah, disappointed. I was confident in Puna, but he did not have the kind of performance that I was expecting from him. But yeah, moving on. Yana Santos versus Macy Chasson. Yana Santos was pissed off at the Lesbo for missing weight, man. She was coming out super aggressive in round 1. landing big shots in the clinch, big shots from range. She was fucking elbowing the shit out of Macy Chiasson. Macy Chiasson was all busted up at the end of round 1. Macy Chiasson kind of worked her way back into the fight in round 2. Yana Santos ends up stealing round 2, landing a big front kick right to Macy Chiasson's face. And then round 3, Macy Chiasson is almost choking her out. She almost gets the rear naked choke. Yana Santos is able to survive, and she gets the decision. And, I feel like she did enough to win for sure. She absolutely dominated round 1. She stole round 2 with that front kick to Macy's face. And then round 3 was a clear round for Macy, but it just, you got to win. You can't just win one round and win the fight. So Yana Santos punishes the weight misser, and she gets the win here. Farid Basharat versus Chris Gutierrez. Farid Basharat looked really good. He doesn't really have power, but he did look good, like technique-wise, with his striking and his grappling. Chris Gutierrez doesn't really have much wrestling to speak of whatsoever. And Farid Basharat looked like he was just going to coast to a decision until Chris Gutierrez was aggressive in round 3. At the beginning, at least, he ended up hurting Farid, and then for whatever reason, just took his foot off the gas and went back to his classic game plan of trying to land a leg kick and run away the whole fucking time. And yeah, man, Farid Basharat beats him. Pretty boring fight, I would say. It was all right, but it wasn't anything like what we saw in the main or co-main or featured fight. So yeah. Ramiz Brahimaj versus Austin Vanderford. Ramiz Brahimaj ended up getting the win here. He landed, Austin Vanderford was stinking it up in the first round, just fucking land praying on him, just hugging him the whole time, not doing anything. Just, hugging isn't fighting, and that's what Vanderford was doing. But yeah, the cuck ended up getting head kicked in round 2, got his shit split open, got busted up bad, and he was just, again, trying to hang on for dear life and just, actually avoid fucking combat. And then Ramiz Brahimaj ends up getting the submission in round 2, looking very impressive. He was a big underdog there. I was saying, there's good value on Ramiz, but I'm picking Austin Vanderford. I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to control him to a decision. I was wrong. I was happy to be wrong. But Austin Vanderford, I'm not a fan of him. At least he got rid of that stupid-ass haircut he had against Veretinikov. But yeah, man, Vanderford got fucked up by Ramiz Brahimaj. Let's just go look at naked pictures of his wife on Google, all right? Paige Van Zandt. Give me a call, eh? And then, yeah, Veronica Hardy versus Brogan Walker. Boring as fuck. Veronica Hardy got a win, lackluster. She was a minus 800 favorite. She should have made it less close than that. It was a terrible fight to start the card, it was very, very boring. But yeah, I'm not going to talk too much about that. But yeah, man, this card was incredible. The last 3 fights were just bangers, absolute fucking bangers. Cory Sandhagen gave a good account of himself. Jiri Prochazka ends up breaking Khalil Rountree in round 3. I know I'm going out of order, but your boy's freestyling. All right, we're freestyling over here. And then Alex Pereira saves the UFC, gets rid of the fucking stinky, no personality cardboard box Magomed Ankalaev, and he brings entertainment back to the UFC. That's what we love to see. I've never been fucking happier to get a pick wrong. Chama, he fucking gets the W, fucks up Magomed Ankalaev, makes it look easy, had no respect for him whatsoever, just went out there and fucking wrecked his shit. And yeah, man, that was an incredible card. I loved it every step of the way, aside from the prelims. Prelims were kind of ass, but man, those last 3 fights were worth staying up for, man, because Jiri Prochazka had me hyped as fuck. Merab, good performance, went to decision, but it wasn't like a boring decision. It wasn't like a land prey heavy fight. Merab was landing big shots on Cory. Cory was landing big shots back. It was competitive. And then to top off the night, Alex Pereira comes out there and smokes Magomed Ankalaev in 80 seconds. Just absolutely fucking incredible. Great stuff from the last 3 fights of the night. And man, this kind of card is why we're fans of the UFC. So yeah, I'm going to be dropping the UFC Rio predictions, most likely Tuesday or Wednesday. You boys got to watch tape for that. We're rooting for Charles Oliveira. Obviously, we do want entertainment to keep going into the UFC. Speaking of lay and pray, Gamrot's going to be fighting Charles Oliveira, and hopefully he doesn't just stink it up to a win, just hugging him the whole fucking time. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to watch some tape. I'm going to see what I end up picking. I picked Ankalaev in this one. Pereira ended up coming through. So we'll see. I might just go ahead and fuck around and pick Oliveira just to keep the vibes going, keep the happiness going, keep the entertainment going. we'll see what Oliveira can pull off in Rio. But yeah, guys, that should be it. I do appreciate everybody for tuning in and checking out this video. Go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. But yeah, bros, incredible card. I had a blast watching it. I hope you did too. Let me know what you think in the comments. Bada bing, bada boom, all that good stuff. See you later. Peace out. Fucking double bicep flex, and we'll fucking end the recording. Bye. Bye.